Hi everybody, today we're going to have a look at the water system in the California Ocean. So we've got 6.1 behind me, so we're going to take you through from where you put your water in, where it goes within the system around it, have a look at both the clean water tank and the grey water wastewater tank as well, and then we're going to finish having a look at the shower adaptation on the back as well, to show you how that actually works as well. First thing is you need to put water in your tank. So this is where your water goes on the ocean or on the coast. You put a key in, turn the key, twist it, and your cap comes off. Nice and simple from on there. And then obviously you need to put water in, which you can do. So for example, we've got a tube that's here. That goes on a tap. That end can go in like so. And that in there, and obviously then that will just fill your tank up from there. You'll know when it's full because water will keep pouring back out. You'll also hear it as well as it starts to get full, which is in your tank as well. You don't necessarily have to use a pipe like this. You could have a bit of hose pipe from home or anything like that would actually do the same thing as well. You tend to find sometimes if you're on a fill-up station at a campsite, something like that, they'll already have a hose pipe with an adapter on. So when I go, I'll be honest, I have a hose pipe which I take with me, and I tend to have one of those click-on adapters as well, so that because some of the places you can just click that on and put that in, or just take that off and just connect it straight up to the pipe, and obviously you can fill the tank then from that side. Once you've filled the tank, obviously just put your cap back on, put your key in, and turn your key around so it's locked, and then. Now the reason it's locked, a couple of reasons why it's locked. Obviously water that you're putting in is drinking water, so you're going to drink it, so you want to make sure that nothing else can go in there, get contaminated. Plus on the transporter, it's a really good idea I think as well, because your fuel flap is just down here, it's just behind the cover here. And we've had only 2 instances in the whole time I've been in California, so not very often, but I have had people put diesel in here. Obviously you've got a thing that says tap water on the side of it. The last thing you ever want to do is having diesel in your water tank, but that's one of the reasons why. Make sure it's got a lock on it, and then you haven't got a problem with there as well. So moving around to the back of the vehicle, obviously your water tank itself is actually over this wheel arch. It's all underneath here that you can see, and you can get access to that 2 ways. So as we come into the rear cabinet here, take these things out. So take a shelf out. I'm just going to take this other shelf out so you can see better. So as I said, this vehicle's got the shower connection, so that's the shower tray with the shower on. We're going to come and have a look at that in a little bit, but then your water tank is actually down on here. So just to emphasize a minute, this is where your gas bottle goes, as we've done videos on those before, and your gas bottle sits in, but this is the actual tank itself. It goes from here all the way back and carries on into the bottom of the cupboard section that's there. So obviously the tank itself that's in there. Just in the far corner is the valve to release. So if you want to empty that particular tank, you just pull that lever towards you, and the water will pour from the tank straight out onto the floor over there as well. And obviously there's also a connection underneath there as well, which then goes to your shower connection, which is here, which I said I'll show you how that works towards the end of the video. So next step, let's get in the vehicle. Okay, so you've got water in your water tank now. We looked at that side of it from where it in. Now obviously what you're going to use your water from, so there's only one place that your water comes out from, and that's from your tap that's on here. And this is the easiest thing in the world. You literally just pull this up, and obviously water then comes through and the pump's working. With it being in the showroom, there's not a lot of water in here, but you get the idea that that's where the water would then push from on there. And then obviously from there, the sink itself at the bottom, that water would then go down the sink, down the hole, and into your grey water tank, which is in here. So the grey tank at the very back there, just take that shelf out for a minute just to see, but you can see, so this here is your grey water tank that's at the back. I just wanted to show you also as well, obviously your grey water tank actually goes in both cupboards as well. You can see because it's also there as well. And that's what's holding all the water that comes out your sink into your grey tank. Now at the moment that's actually closed, so the water from this grey tank will stay in the tank. And if I turn that so that it's through in line with the pipe here. That will now empty out onto the floor. Hopefully there's nothing in there. So when you want to actually empty the grey tank, that's what you would do. You would fold that over and empty it from there. So your grey water outputs just here. Underneath this section here, there's a pipe which comes out, which I'll show you in a minute, with it coming out. So that's where your grey water exits to. And then if you're emptying the tank in the back, that will just pour all out under around here and around the back of the wheel. It just comes out straight out of the bottom of the vehicle. So if you're going to empty it and you're emptying over a grate or something like that, obviously it's around this kind of area, which is where it's going to come out to maximise from on there. So and as we discovered a few moments ago, obviously make sure you park it somewhere where that water can then drain off to. So in the bottom of your wardrobe there's a little access flap which you can pull off. You don't really need to go into here as well, but that is basically to give access to the top of the water tank, and that's where, for example, if we needed to get into your water tank, you could unscrew that and get actually into the water tank itself, should you ever need to. Just while we're at this stage, just to talk a little bit about a cleaning, because I do get asked quite a bit about cleaning the tanks, etc. that's on there as well. Obviously you can buy cleaning fluid, which usually comes in a tablet form or in a liquid form that you can put into the tanks to keep them clean, which you might want to do every so often, or every 6 months, or every 12 months, for example, or at the end of a season when you've been using it for quite some time. That's on there. If you just follow the instructions that are on whether it's tablets or the tablets generally you would dissolve before you put it into the tank, but if it's the liquid you can just put it straight in with your water. The ones I've done before is I tend to put that in there and go and give the vehicle a dry, so it's sort of sloshing around in the tank. Leave it for the time that it says, and then obviously most of it you can pour out straight underneath the vehicle on the back. Obviously some of it you want to put into your pipes, so you want to run this through for a while so that the cleaning agent goes through your pipes as well, and then comes into here, and then obviously as well some of that will then obviously go into your wastewater tank as well. It will do the same thing within your wastewater tank and obviously back out then obviously on the exit of the wastewater tank as well. Should you ever actually need to clean the tank, as I said before, I showed you on the back, there is a way into the top of the tank should you need to. That, generally speaking, I would try very hard is never to go in there really. That is more of a service hatch for because that's how we access things like your pump, etc., which is in there as well if we ever needed to do any work on those as well. But I said you can get access to that should you want to, for any reason you had any contaminant in there that you want to get your arm in, for example, and move it around from there as well. That will give you that access as well. But on your head-up display shows you've got your fresh water and your grey water, and that gives you a level indicator that's on there, so you can see how much water you've got in both tanks. So everything we've already looked at is standard, whether you've got a coast or an ocean. So all the water things are all standard within those two vehicles that's there. The optional extra which is different is the shower connection. This is the shower connection here. So you get a tray which goes in the cupboard in here, and I'll show you that as I put it away in a second. So you take your shower connection out, so that's your shower head. Obviously when you want the water to come out, that's what activates the shower head effectively. Water comes out from there, and we'll show you that in a second. And then this end here just goes in the flap, so just pull that flap away. There's the pump, you put this in, it just clicks in, as such from that. And then there's this little switch just at the back. If you push the switch on, you'll now hear the pump because there's a secondary pump from there. Shower head, do for that, and there's your shower. So if you hear that pump running and you think, why is the pump still running? Obviously first thing, if you've not got the shower connected, is just double check that is actually off in the back section that's on there as well. So obviously the shower thing, there's nowhere to actually hook this up, but this type of shower, it's designed, the way I'm trying to say to you, it's not really a shower you're going to stand under because it's cold water. There's no hot water supply that's with it, but it's very good for example, for cleaning your shoes off, wash your sand off the beach, for washing your bike down, pets, for example, dog, things like that, that's on there. You can get underneath it as well if you really want to do it on there as well. So the shower operation itself, I think it's actually quite a good option, to be honest. It's not something I order a lot on stock vehicles, but it's a nice thing to have, and it's not a huge amount of money as an option as well, and it obviously does give you that flexibility if you've got it. So you either do or you don't with the option that's on there, but that's how it works. It's nice and easy. Then to take the hose out, you literally just push the bracket back that's in there, push the bracket back there, and that comes out. So it's that bit there. So if we put it in again just to show you, so there's a little catch there, and that locks in place there, and then to take it out, push that back, and it comes back out again. Really nice and simple, nothing much to it at all. Obviously you might want to drain the water out before you put it back, and then it just goes back in here. So put the shower head back in the tray now, and then this tray just fits in this gap. It's a bit of a squeeze to get it in, but it goes in, and then your tray as normal just goes on top, and it's nice and neat out the way then. Well, a final thing for the water, the actual water storage tank, it's 30 litres, so obviously you wastewater as well. That's there, so you've got plenty of capacity. 30 litres is quite a lot, because it's only what you're using in the actual sink unit as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you found that useful, and it kind of explained all those things. As always, if you need to, add us a commenting box below if you think we've missed something, or think you should be adding that's on there, or if you've had any experiences with those systems yourself that you'd like to share, please put it in the comments box. If you have liked today's video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe, that really does help us out, and we'll see you again next time.